What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Today we're going to be discussing the Roddy Ricch hate and why I think it's getting out of hand. Before we do start, I know that 47% of the people that watch these videos aren't subscribed, so if you enjoy it, make sure to drop a sub. We're on the road to 50k, and with that being said, we're going to get started. I've been trying to make a couple of videos on Roddy since he's dropped, and one of the number one things that I've been seeing go around are the people hating on him for not being able to live up to the hype that, please excuse me, his debut album built. Well, he obviously just released Feed the Streets 3, and if you look at the numbers, after 2 days at the time I'm recording this of it being out, I would say the album is streaming pretty well. It'll be interesting to see what it's gonna sell, but today we're obviously gonna be looking at the hate that Roddy has been getting even after releasing Feed the Streets 3, but especially after releasing Live Life Fast. Now, this is one of the tweets that I specifically want to look at. It says, Roddy Ricch set the bar too high for himself with Please Excuse Me. Once you make an album like that, it's impossible to top it. Feed the Streets 3 is filled with great music. I just hope rap fans can appreciate Roddy Ricch's new music without comparing and contrasting. Now, after reading both of these tweets, you're probably thinking, oh, well, he's not necessarily hating on Roddy, and no, it doesn't look like that, but nobody's looking at this second tweet that only has 2,000 likes compared to the 42,000 likes that this tweet has, which is just painting the narrative of people hating on Roddy, which has been going on ever since late 2021 when he dropped Live Life Fast. Now, what I want to look at from this comment is where he says that Roddy set the bar too high with his debut album, Please Excuse Me. My response to that was, did you expect him to drop a bad debut album? Because Roddy dropped such a good debut album, according to this tweet and other people, it's just too hard to top. He can't do it. And I want to make it clear that I'm not specifically calling out whoever made that tweet. I'm just using that as an example. I've seen tons of other tweets. Go watch the other videos where I showed other tweets of people hating on Roddy or whatever it might be, saying that he can't live up to this album or he fell off. And I agree with the statement that this is Roddy's best album, and I agree with the statement that Live Life Fast is Roddy's worst project. But for me personally, I like Live Life Fast. I like all of Roddy's projects. I just think that everything else, the first two Feed the Streets, including the third one now, honestly, and his debut album, I think it was all just so good that when Live Life Fast, we had the long wait with it and it was just all right. I think that's what left a bad taste in everyone's mouth and what started this hate train that's been going on. But for people that are saying that Roddy can't live up to the debut album because it was just so good, the first thing that comes into my head was, did you want him to drop a bad debut album? And you can't compare Feed the Streets 3 with Please Excuse Me. Feed the Streets is a mixtape that Roddy was dropping for his fans because of the backlash from the last album. Feed the Streets 3 isn't trying to be some kind of Live Life Fast or Please Excuse Me where Roddy's trying to push the bar and give us some kind of insane project. And I know that a lot of people don't think Live Life Fast was that, but Roddy definitely went into that trying to make something that people were gonna like. Obviously, every artist does that. So trying to compare Feed the Streets 3 with Please Excuse Me, you just can't really do that. Obviously, if you take this argument and you're trying to compare these, you're trying to compare a mixtape that Roddy was just giving to the fans that was just gonna be hype songs that everyone wanted from him to an album that Roddy spent so much time on trying to perfect, a debut album. You just can't compare those two projects specifically. Comparing Live Life Fast and Please Excuse Me, that's two different things because those are actual Roddy Ricch albums that he put time into making the narrative and the sound that he wanted. That's why I didn't come on here and make a video saying that the hate was too much with Live Life Fast, because that album or that project is just objectively looked at as below average or even mid. Feed the Streets 3 doesn't have bad music on it. I know music is objective, but then you can just turn this argument around to say that, well, maybe you thought Please Excuse Me was mid, but you thought everything else Roddy's dropped was good. I think this whole narrative that Roddy is mid and fell off and he doesn't make good music and whatever, he's washed after Live Life Fast is so stupid. I honestly think the hate for that album just comes from the fact that the wait was so long. If we would have got that album a few months, maybe 6 months to a year after Please Excuse Me, and it was the same album just without that weight, I don't even think Roddy would be in this situation where people are hating on him. This video probably turned out to be way longer than I originally wanted it to be, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you agree with me? Do you think that I'm completely off? Let me know. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.